Hey guys on Facebook and also Periscope, I'm so excited to be speaking with you today. I got some things I want to be able to say and give you an opportunity. So if you would like to go ahead, especially for those in America, to have a free group coaching session with me all about anxiety, all I need you to do is this. Go to www.josephclough.info/power, okay? So that's www.josephclough.info/power, where you're going to have an opportunity to get coached by me on like a group webinar, and for me to be able to help you in any way I can, even to get to speak to me. So if you're really interested in, especially for guys in America, because it's on this coming Thursday evening, okay? It starts at, I think the West Coast time, it's 5:30, I think. So go ahead and check that out. So that's www.josephclough.info/power. But here we go, guys. I've been having this recurring dream for many, many years, and this was a dream where I'm actually back at school. So I'm back at school and I'm experiencing all this anxiety, all this worry and doubt about my life. But then I have this epiphany in my dream where I realize that everything's going to be okay. And I know the plan of my life. I know that I'm going to be a therapist, a coach, a hypnotist. I know that I'm going to be doing my podcast, my YouTube, my training, my seminars, my inner circle groups, and everything like that. And it's this epiphany. It's just almost like being an 11-year-old in this dream and suddenly having the knowledge that I have now begins to happen in that dream. And all my anxiety and all my worries began to disappear. Now, why do I tell you this? Because I've been having this dream for so long, but it's interesting how the anxiety disappeared when I just knew that everything was going to be okay. You see, you cannot experience anxiety, worries or doubts or a lack of confidence if you just know deep down into the core of you that everything's okay, that you have everything that you need, and that the plan for your life is going to be absolutely epic. Now, of course, in reality, how can we utilize that? I mean, that's just a dream, right? But I had that dream for so long, and then it just kind of kicked in how we can actually utilize this. I was actually taught an hour session in my mind mastery group. So we get online twice a month and I get to coach them. They ask questions, I speak to them verbally and everything. And I began to teach them this real specific process. But with the time that I have with you, I want to be able to show you how you too can utilize this. You see, the anxiety disappeared when I knew everything was going to be okay. So how can we utilize that if you're presently experiencing anxieties, worries, doubts, fears, and everything like that in this present moment? Well, the first thing you have to do is this. You have to consider a time in your past when you have achieved something pretty important. So it could be succeeding at school or at university. It could be getting that job promotion. It could be getting into that relationship. Just choose one thing at first where you've had some level of achievement or pleasure or enjoyment that you've succeeded in something. Now, the bigger it is, the better it is, but it's not necessarily crazy important. All you have to really do is consider one event. Then notice when you go back to that time after the successful completion. So when you've achieved that goal, it could have been like struggling beforehand, but you've achieved exactly what you wanted to achieve. Notice what kind of feelings you would have or any thoughts that you had at that time. What mindsets did you have? What were you feeling on the inside? Now, as you consider that feeling, what I want you to do is write that down. Write down the thoughts you had, the feelings you had, and even the behaviors you had. And then, having written those three subjects down within that event that you had that success, go ahead and then consider another event when you've had some level of achievement or some level of success, where you may have felt worried or anxious about it, but everything was okay. Like I said, it could be big, it could be small, ideally something just meaningful to you. Once again, write down what you experienced, having had that achievement. What feelings did you have? What thought did you have? What epiphany did you have knowing that you achieved it? Write that down. Then go ahead and do that a third time for a third event. And notice for similar types of qualities that you had in the three of them. So you might notice that you had the sense of power or confidence or knowing that everything's going to be okay. It could be achievement. It could be success. It could be a certain thought that you're worthy and that you're good enough. It could be anything. But notice the similar trend that you have out of those three events. Then what we have to do is this. You begin to think of maybe the thing that you're anxious about right now, the struggle that you're having right now. And then, as you think about that, consider the successful completion of having gone and overcame it and had all the power and all the love and all the drive, having made that success in the future. And then add the feelings of the previous three events, the thoughts, the feelings, and everything else. And that way, what we're doing is we're training up the unconscious mind to have that epiphany, just like I had in my recurring dream over the years, that everything's going to be okay. You see, you, the conscious mind, you have to direct your attention to the successful completion. If you're not directing it to the successful completion, what are you doing? You're putting it to everything which is not the successful completion, which is going to be the worries, the doubts, the fears, all the things that you don't want in your life. So go ahead, backtrack over the past, choose three events where you had that success. Go to having had it, experience what you experienced, the thoughts, the feelings, the behaviors you had, and then go ahead and put that into your future when you think of the thing that you're worried or anxious about right now. Because that's going to send the direction to your unconscious mind what you want to happen. Here's the thing. If you want to have success, you're going to have to up your game. And by upping your game, I mean taking control back from the issue. Taking the control back from what life has been throwing at you. That to me is empowerment. You have to be the commander of your life. You have to assume that responsibility. You have to take action on your dreams. No one else is going to do it for you. Now, of course, I can help you with that on this free coaching session this Thursday evening. But at the end of the day, even then, if you're going to take the opportunity to be a part of that free group coaching session, you must really be ready to transform. You see, you have to be the instigator of change. Your conscious mind is the goal setter, and when you set things down, your unconscious mind will go ahead and make it happen on your behalf. That is what I call mind mastery. It's where you're mastering your mind to get the success that you want in your life. So consider this as your pep talk, your wake-up call to realize that if you've succeeded in the past, no matter how big or how small, you can take what you've learned. It means you have the resources that you need because you've done it before. We just have to apply it to this present time, right now, and the future to achieving your dreams. It is all within you. You see, no matter what you think you are, I want you to seriously know this. You are worthy, you are capable, you are good enough, and you have all the resources that you need. I've never met anyone in my one-to-one coaching clients, my mind mastery group, on my podcast, my seminars, my trainings, all the things that I do, where they invest money with me or whatever it is. I've never, ever met anyone who did not have the resources to transform. They've just been doing things the wrong way. The brain needs to be trained up. It needs to learn your strategy. You can apply the right strategy to get the results that you want. This is where magic happens. I promise you, no matter what you're experiencing right now. I know that people are going through hard times. I appreciate that. I understand that. But do you know what? As your supporter, I'm not going to let you off the hook from not achieving your goals. You are the instigator of your life. You have to drown out all the past. You've got to drown out all the things which are happening on the outside and start to build the inner game of your world right in this moment. You see, when you change this now, this present moment, that soon will be the future, that soon will be the past, right? Because if you start from here and you go off into the future, making this conscious decision that you're gonna take back the control, you will then create a new level of past, and that will be the dictator of how you're gonna set things off in the future. You see, whatever you do now is the most important thing. I don't care what you've been through, and I say that in the most loving and most supportive way, because I do not want you to be governed by your past, or governed by those people, or governed by the past experiences, the traumas, the worries, the doubts. I do not want that for you. What I want for you is empowerment. That is not me changing you. That is not me doing anything. That is you taking the opportunity and taking back the power yourself. You're empowering yourself to make the transformation that you desire, that you deserve, to make that life, your life that you have right now, to be the most beautiful, most profound thing that you've ever experienced. Now, like I said, I've never met anyone who does not have those resources. You have everything that you need. We just have to find out the right way of using everything that you have within you in the right, efficient way. When you do that, you will be unstoppable. You will develop the rock solid confidence. I know that because I've been there. You know my story. I was worried, I was anxious, I was shy for the first 18 years of my life. But you know what? I did something about it. I did as many things I possibly could. And yes, I failed many, many times along the way, but do you know what? Each time I failed, I learned something, and that means you can never fail. It means that you're just always learning and adapting. And what I want to share with you, my shortcuts. I want to share with you how you can get to the next level and get the health, the relationships, the career, even your finances in such a profound way that you begin to take that responsibility to make things happen. We all have that. And as a team, we should be directing our attention to where it needs to be. This is your special moment. In any moment, you have the ability to step up and make a decision which will transform your life. Seriously, guys, I understand that we're going through stuff, but you know what? It doesn't have to stop us. It doesn't have to hold us back. We do not have to be a victim. We can be a victor instead. If we're getting hit, it means we're going to get up and we're going to fight harder and get exactly what we want on our terms, rather being a product of life, allowing life to be a product of what we choose to create. That is mastery. That is getting what you want on autopilot. So if you go ahead and carry out that exercise and just consider the things that you've achieved in the past, notice what was present, notice the thoughts, the feelings, the behaviors you had on the successful completion, and then begin to put that out into your future on those specific events or in general your life. If you go through life that way, you will see remarkable transformations. And on the other side, if you want to join me this Thursday evening for a free online coaching session for around an hour and a half, where I'm going to teach you so much, give you so many awakenings, and also give you the opportunity to speak to me in person. So whether on the chat box, or if you're really brave to go ahead and speak to me verbally through my online system. That is what we're going to be doing. And if you want to join me for that, go to www.josephclough.info/power. So that's POWER. I really look forward to seeing those who's going to step up and make things happen with me, so we together as a team can have some awakenings, some epiphanies, and for me to teach you how you can really get the crazy, cool, awesome confidence and the emotional freedom from those worries, doubts, and anxieties in the most amazing way, where you just know everything is going to be okay. And that's the beauty of it. So www.josephclough.info/power. Now, of course, if the Thursday date has passed, don't worry about it. We'll be trying to set up more, but you got to take this opportunity while you can. So if the page is closed, unfortunately, you have to be on the wait list. But if not, if you see it live right now, go ahead and sign up. It's limited to only 100 people. So that means I can give you my adequate time and energy. And after all, there's where you're going to change, guys. There's where you're going to make the transformation you deserve. and totally desire. So I really look forward to seeing you on that live call, the group coaching call this Thursday evening. I'll speak to you guys very, very soon.